good evening, good afternoon, good night. It's a pretty good camera, eh? Pretty good camera, eh? I actually listened to a little bit of one of my videos, which is out of character for me, and I discovered that I said like. I say like too often. Like how California girls do it. I was like, oh my god, like about to like go to like the mall, and like my eyeliner like spilled on my shoes, and like I had to go to my closet and pick out from my like 25 different like pairs of like brand new shoes, and like think about what I was gonna do before I like put my shoes on. I say like too much, and there was something else too. This is a pretty nice view. We have a nice day today. The conjunctivitis has come to an end, I think. That's what I hear. I hear that these planetary alignments that like to wreak havoc inside of our vessel come to an end. I don't know. It's a beautiful day. I say like too much, like a California girl. It's a filler when you have nothing else to say. I'm not saying I'm gonna not say it during this video. I will probably be guilty of doing that. I'm going to attempt to limit the amount of likes used. What was the other one? Like and you know, like I know, like, we do like, we don't like. Those ones I need to work on just a little bit. So I was having a thought about when Matt was doing one of his whiny videos. Sorry, when Matt was making a video, one of the things that he complains about is back in the day, earlier Matt goes through different evolutionary periods, and one of his evolutionary periods had him being upset at family members for telling him that he was a whack job conspiracy theorist, when he would try to bring to their attention any number of the plethora of issues that we see clearly on a daily basis, every single day, obviously so. Wow, the frequency assault is up there right now. But the weather is beautiful. It's a nice contrast. Look at this. Look at this. This is amazing. So, he complains about that his family tells him he's insane and he belongs in the loony bin. And he gets upset about that, because generally speaking, family should prefer that you're not inside of a loony bin. At least that's the notion of family that we grew up with, right? Makes sense? Yes, I believe so. Oh, buddy, He's trying to merge it and he only has 5 feet of space. Now he's slamming on his accelerator. He's just upset in general. I don't know if he's upset at me. Is he upset at himself for not seeing me? Is he upset at his blind spot for existing? I don't know. Maybe it's not even a he. Life is confusing, man, I tell you what. So, Matt complains about his family telling him that he looks like he has 5 heads and he really should stop broadcasting his opinions on YouTube. Reasonably so. See, I say reasonably so a lot. I don't think I need to trim that part of the tree. Other parts need a little bit of hedging. And like, you know. This video can't ramble on for too long, so I'm going to miss my exit. I shall miss my bullseye. Uh-oh. Did an NPC get into a boom boom? Possibly. Anyway. That's irrelevant. Hey, an insurance company will get to pay out a couple dollars for the one accident that happens every other, like, 5 days, while all 300 million Americans pay into the insurance system every single month. It's not a scam. Aurora, you're wrong. Insurance is logical. It's a necessary safety net. And like I was telling Andrea, if we didn't have insurance companies, there's no possible way we could figure out how to unite broken vehicle with mechanic. No possible way. It could not possibly be conceived. Okay, I need to lower my camera so Mr. Officer, he's busy handing out tickets to poor Mr. Truck Driver, so he's not so concerned about me. So, Matt's concerned about his family that is concerned about him. Sounds like a causal loop. Doesn't sound healthy. I'm concerned about you, which makes you concerned about me, which makes me more concerned about you, which makes, you know, like, how far can that go? So then I was thinking back to Aurora and her assertion that perhaps the good old Earth governments were invaded by evil, malevolent ETs, right? Maybe that's what I was saying that I didn't want to say anymore. Right. I don't mind saying right. Okay. So perhaps if we were being invaded by a subatomic, barely able to be seen, malevolent little bastard fuck, malevolent little tiny microscopic nanites colonization, maybe they're just tiny beings. Maybe the nano particulate matter that we've been snuffling up our noses all day is not necessarily just inert metal matter. Maybe it's little tiny beings that are like, oh, we're going to invade this whole planetary system. You know, they see the human being as like a planet. And they're like, we shall invade. So the wars that they're fighting are happening on top of the surface of the planet. They're not happening like, the planets are not going and boom, I'm going to boom into another planet. It's too big. We just zoomed out of magnification. I've already made that analogy many times, but that's not my point. My point is that when you are in the human level of perspective, if you have a miniature race invading you, malevolent ET, particulate matter invading your body and taking over and jettisoning consciousness that previously inhabited said body, like we see in lots of Congress people. They are some sort of weird automaton, completely unable to articulate any coherent self-autonomous thought, right? So if we have that happening, and possibly we have family members getting the same treatment, right? Which means that family members are not necessarily family members anymore. Maybe they're something else now, possibly. Then when you go up to Dad and say, hey Dad, that I see that there's like a grid up in the sky, you don't even tell him chemtrails, because you already heard that that's a bad word. You can't say that around liberals. Okay, there's a proper pronoun identification for that phenomenon that happens in the sky. You can't say chemtrail. You have to say like jet fart, noxious jet emission, something. You can't name it just simply. It's gotta be weird and twisted, okay? So like, so if you point up at the sky and you're like, Dad, like there's a grid, the whole sky has a wave pattern in it. The clouds have arranged themselves into a jagged, like wave pattern, and it's kind of strange because I've never seen clouds do that before. Dad, does this mean that aliens are invading us? No, son, that's a totally natural weather phenomenon that happens ever since Earth started, actually. And those aren't called chemtrails, those are called contrails. That is simply condensation from the engines. Because the engines are really hot, and when they belch out their fart gas out the back, they hit the really cold air that's up in the atmosphere, and it turns into condensation. It makes steam, essentially, son. We are not being invaded by aliens. And you're an idiot, and you belong in the insane asylum. Don't talk to me ever again. So, maybe that's why family members are unable to acknowledge that changes happen, because they aren't family members. Just a thought. Just a little stirring of the pot. Little thought, a little stir of the pot. Well, I gotta go now. I got things to do, people to see, places to go. I wonder if I didn't say like at all during that presentation. I'll have to go back and listen to it. Probably not.